And welcome all of you to the Bold School Board meeting. Thank you for tuning in these unprecedented times of this global pandemic. Obviously, this is the option that we have to use to have our open meeting here. Please be patient. This is a new process for all of us, so we're going to do the best we can. That's, we're going to be patient and do the best we can. Everything tonight, everything that needs to be voted on is a roll call vote. So it's different than a normal board meeting. Everybody, I have to call out a name, they have to give me a vote. And so one of the other things I wanted to address tonight is that we started the meeting at 6. It wasn't to throw anyone off. It was basically, we're going to have the meeting, and I'm anticipating about a 2-hour meeting. Hopefully it'll be sooner because it's beautiful out, but it may not be. So we're going to start at 6, hopefully be done by 8, and then the board is going to do a closed session for Mr. Bransoy's evaluation starting at about 8:15, and I'm hoping that'll go until about 9:15, so then we can all get home. So that's really what I have. And like I said, be patient. Oh, one thing, if a board member is speaking and they've muted themselves, I'm going to hold this up. It says unmute. Of course, it's backwards because I should have written it. So just remember to unmute yourself when you're speaking. So as of this point, we are going to, I'm going to unmute all of the board members, and then we are going to approve. I'm going to call the meeting to order, which I did, and then we're going to do the approval of the agenda. So just bear with me until I get everybody unmuted here of the board. And people keep moving around because new people keep getting added. So okay, Tracy and Jamie. I don't know why I can't unmute John Desatel. I'm telling it to unmute. It's
Oh, no.
oh, no. Okay, good, John. Thank you. Okay. All right, Melissa. Okay. It's getting a little nervous here. Tracy, can you make sure you can unmute yourself?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Great. Sandy. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes. So I have all the board members unmuted, right? Correct?
Yes.
So far, yep.
And I don't have Jeff on yet. Does that?
Well, I think he was getting where he needed to be, hoping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, like, he wasn't under a different name, so I didn't know which one to unmute. So, all right. With that, we will. I told you it's going to be a process. So with that, we will start with the approval of our agenda. And I need a motion and a second, and then any discussion, and then we'll do a roll call vote.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Right, motion is made by Buchtel.
Second, Sagatol.
Seconded by Sagatol. Any discussion or anything to add? And you know what, I should also unmute Mr. Bransoy, so if he has something to add, he can be in on the discussion. So, all right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Sorry about that. All right. Any discussion or anything that needs to be added, Dale?
Not at this time, no.
All right. Hearing that, we will start with our roll call vote. We will vote. All in favor, after your name, say aye. Melissa.
Aye.
Jamie.
Aye.
Sandy.
Aye.
Tracy.
Aye.
John.
Aye.
And Jeff. Oh wait, he's probably muted anyway. If he is on yet, hopefully he'll let us know when he comes on. And I myself, I am an aye, so the motion carries. All right, recognition of visitors to the board meeting. Thank you all for coming out. Like I said, it's going to be a process. I'm sorry in advance. We're going to do the best we can. One thing, going on to the public forum. So our public forum is placed on the agenda for regular board meetings, which this is kind of irregular, but regular. During this part of the meeting, up to 10 minutes of time will be allowed for district constituents to address the school board. Each person or topic may have up to 2 minutes of time. This is a time of listening by the board. What I'm going to do is I am now going to unmute everyone. And I'm going to ask for people to say their name if you want to get on the list. We're only going to take up to 5 though, so be the first 5 people, and hopefully let's not yell or anything. It'll just be easy to take the people who would really like to speak. And then everybody will get muted, and then that person will get unmuted to speak, if that makes sense. So, all right, here we are. Now is the time. Somebody would like to speak, please state your name.
Mark Fleischer would like to speak.
Okay, Mark, thank you. Anyone else?
Neil Prokash.
Thank you, Neil. Anyone else?
Deanna Beekler.
I hear all the negativity.
Okay, anyone, remember, we're all unmuted here, so anything you say can be heard by everybody. So, all right. Anyone else like to speak?
Deanna Beekler. Did you get that?
I got you, Deanna. Thank you. Anyone else?
Jim Jacobs.
Jim Jacobs? We have room for one more.
Teresa Jacobs.
Okay, all right, and now it is closed. So I'm gonna mute everybody again. And I am going to find Mr. Gleesner here, and I'm gonna be timing on my phone, and I will, hopefully you can finish your statement, and then I will mute you again. So I think it's just kind of the way, or I'll give you hopefully give you a warning here and then mute. So, all right, here we go. As soon as I find you, Mr. Gleesner, you are up. You're on.
Well, thank you, Jill. This is pretty darn exciting. I do have a few questions about reports that there is mold again on the 3rd floor at the elementary school in Bird Island. We had this problem last year, and IEA, Institute for Environmental Assessment, documented the problem in their assessment report of December 27th, 2018, and noted that room 304 had been closed. They found dramatically elevated levels of mold spores in rooms 303 and 304. They recommended the roof be fixed and the 3rd floor cleaned and mold remediated. During our bold steering committee task force meeting in May of last spring, Dale advised that he was permanently moving the 5th and 6th grades to the Olivia campus. Last summer at the July 22nd board meeting, he reported the 3rd floor mold issue was resolved, all mold had been removed, and the 3rd floor and cafeteria had no mold issues. I now understand that last fall on October 17th, IEA conducted another assessment of room 303 and limited rooms on the 2nd floor. They were advised that there was a moisture problem with the exterior wall and the flashing around the chimney. They found fungal growth in room 303 and possible moisture issues with room 206. They recommended that the cause of the moisture and the source of the mold spores be determined and repair and mold remediation completed. It appears that 4 months later, IEA conducted another assessment assessing limited rooms on 2nd and 3rd floor, the main office, copy room, and music room. In their March 6th report this month, they again found mold issues in 303 and now also in 304. All other rooms had no evidence of mold. They again recommended the cause of the moisture and source of the mold spores be determined and repaired and mold remediation completed. All which leads to my 2 questions, which I'm hopeful Dale will throw some light on it later in the meeting. One, why was
Okay,
a second?
Mark, I have to stop you there. That's the timer. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If I can get my timer to stop now. All right. Thank you for your comments. Okay, now moving on to Neil here. Neil, are you using Brenda's computer? Or-
Yes, I couldn't get mine to log up. Yes, I am.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure because I didn't see your name on the list. So, all right, perfect. All right, and your 2 minutes starts now.
I was going to ask for a little extra time, but I guess not. So maybe I'll start with my ending statement. It's my understanding tonight you're going to be discussing moving the elementary kids to the Olivia campus using the argument that the Bird Island building is unfit, full of mold. I recall seeing a letter last fall that said the mold had been remediated and cleaned up and it's all clear. From what I heard from Mark, a company was brought in and that there's some new findings. If the company came in last fall and identified an alleged issue, why is the information just coming out 5 months later? Why wouldn't we just go in and clean up the mess? I don't understand it. If this happened to any of our own personal homes last fall and in March of 2020, we found we'd fix it then? I don't think so. I mean, I know I won't. Many times people have suggested that they've talked to BLHS staff or directors over there, board members, and why isn't it ever disclosed at the Boulder BLHS board meetings? I don't understand why. I can't believe that we've gone down this path this far and I'm just trying to be very direct because I know this is coming to a head. My suggestion has been and will continue to be, Bold should take some serious efforts to enter into discussions with our neighbors before we make a $50 million mistake. Put a few more Band-Aids on the building, ask the constituents to borrow $2 to $3 million bucks and fix it. It'd be the equivalency of 2 years of interest. I'd suggest if we don't at least try to work with our neighbors, that the majority of the Bold constituents will not support a building referendum. I know I won't. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Deanna here. I saw your, okay, Deanna, I can't. Okay, I am looking for Deanna Beekler. I don't have a microphone for her.
iPhone.
Okay, now, okay, I found you. I have you under, I have your name and then I have, it's Pixel 4, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure I found you. Sorry about that. All right, your 2 minutes starts now.
Okay, it's kind of disturbing when we have a school board member at the start of this whole process talks about negative people talking. That school board member has to realize that the negativity is also coming from her toward us members of the community. Now, fact or fiction? Are students being moved at present time to the Olivia School? Fact or fiction? Are portable classrooms being obtained for classroom due to space constraints at the Olivia School? This communication has been going around to members of the Bold communities that this is already taking place, that you guys have underhandedly started moving the students' products, whatever you want to say, over to Olivia already. If this isn't true, it's a fact, then you guys are playing dirty, which you guys are in the habit of doing that. And again, if the mold issue, agreeing with Mark and with Neil, if you guys knew that the mold was there, you should have taken care of it and not be neglectful. And that's it.
All right, thank you. All right, Jim Jacobs. Let's see if I can find you. All right, is this Teresa?
Yes.
Okay, is Jim's, what is he
With
under?
me. He's with me. Yep.
Okay, so we'll just, okay, perfect. Thank you. If you could just use your phone, that would be great.
Sure.
All right, Jim, just give me a minute to reset time here. And your 2 minutes starts now.
Okay, well, talking about the mold, I thought the third floor was closed, and the stuff I read was that's where all the problem is. And all the other rooms were comparable to the outside. So I don't know where the big ordeal is about moving them. And if you do move them and have to rent rooms, whatever, that costs money too. So I'm wondering where the savings is. And anyhow, I'm going to yield time to Mark Gleesner, and so is Teresa.
Well, not my whole time, but
Oh, okay, well, I give my time to Teresa right now.
Okay, if she can make it in a minute, I mean, you've got about a minute left.
okay, I'm going to use up Jim's and then I'm going to yield some of my time to Mark. First of all, I just wanted to say that one of the frustrating things for me, talking in the first 10 minutes or giving my 2 minutes, is that nobody ever responds. So I feel like I'm talking to a wall, and that's the response I get. So it'd be nice if the board members, I know you have your agenda and all that, but at some point, could you please answer some questions? Because I just feel like we're getting nowhere and we keep coming back with the same stuff, and it's getting boring for both of us. But anyway, my whole thing too is I don't understand when we've mitigated the mold back in June, and then it was brought up again for those same rooms in October. If no one does anything to clean them, like put in dehumidifiers, like Neil was saying, you would do it in your own home. Why are we not mitigating that and letting the kids being in from October till this early winter? And then all of a sudden now it's bad that they're not supposed to be in there, but they sat in there from October with that mold till now. I find that frustrating. So I just feel cleanup could have been done during Christmas vacation. See, these are things that are frustrating because we get no answers back. So I'm going to yield the rest of my time to Mark Gleesner. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so as soon as I find you, Mark. Yeah, it is. Each person technically was going to get 2 minutes of time. We'll allow it. I'm going to allow it tonight, but we have to remember in the future it's 2 minutes of time. So, and this is a time of listening by the board. So, but I understand. Anyway, Mark.
Okay, this is short, all which led to my 2 questions, which I'm hopeful Dale will throw some light on later in the meeting. 1, why was a second assessment done and no repair or remediation completed? And then 2, what is the plan to determine the exact nature of the moisture problem and to remediate the mold issue? I look forward to learning more at the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So now I'm going to find my board members again, and we're going to get going with the rest of the meeting. All right, I got to get a few more people here. Sandy.
There.
Thank you. I get a little nervous when I can't unmute you. So, all right, what do we have here? Sandy, Jamie, Jeff, John, Melissa, Tracy.
I'm on there, but I can't talk.
I can hear you though, Jeff. We can hear you.
All right.
Yep, you're unmuted. Everybody was muted during the public forum except for the speakers.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Moving on. For consent items, we only need one motion to approve our consent items. And so our consent items are approving the bills for payment, approving the minutes from the February 24th, 2020 regular meeting. So with that, I would like a motion and a second.
So moved, Destel.
All right, motion's made by Desitel. Seconded by Boleen. Jamie, can you try to make your mic louder or your sound on your computer a little bit louder? All right, is there any discussion out of any of those consent items? Any questions of bills of payment or approving the minutes?
I just have one question for Dale if he's there.
He is.
There's a chart or a bill on here for Dan Hansen for self-defense instruction to the students. What was that?
I would have to, Dan Hansen?
Yeah,
I think that's one of the, is that one of the police officers in town?
I don't know.
I think that's what that would be.
Oh, so they actually gave some instruction to the students on self-defense. That's kind of neat.
So, okay. I'll
Yeah.
check on that for sure, Sandy, and I'll let you know, okay?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Thank you.
You bet.
Okay, any other questions? All right, hearing nothing else, we will do our roll call vote. We're going to start with Jamie this time.
Aye.
Sandy,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Tracy,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Melissa,
Aye.
and I myself, I am an aye. So that, the votes carry there. Moving on to personnel. Number 1, approve Ashley Eisenbraun as the high school agricultural industrial tech teacher beginning with the 2020-2021 school year, pay level BA +0 of the 2017-2019 EA master agreement.
So moved, Bookdale. Second, Sagal.
Made by Bookdale, seconded by Sagadol. Any discussion on that?
Yeah, what are her credentials, Dale? What is she strong in?
Are you talking of Ashley?
Yes.
Yeah,
She's just graduated from college right now, and she's excited to get involved with the FFA, and so specifically more than that, I would have to go back with talk with Jeff, and so, but she's got her degree in ag.
Jeff, I also spoke with a gal who is an aunt to this individual who said she is beyond happy and over the moon to get this job at Bold. She's very strong in FFA, just has a great ag background. So I think it's pretty exciting to have someone new and you know, hopefully will lead the program. So, well, we had someone leading the program.
It's
someone keep carrying on the program.
Pretty exciting, I think. This is a difficult position to fill, and so I'm glad we're able to advertise right away and get some applicants right away. And Jim moved on it right away and did the interviewing and offered her the contract, and she's excited about it. So I think we're very fortunate that we got that position filled.
okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Anything else? All right. Hearing nothing else, we will have our roll call vote, and we will start with Sandy,
Aye.
Tracy,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Melissa,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
and myself, I am an aye. So that also carries. Number 2, approve the resignation of Raquel Anderson, JV dance team coach, effective February 5th of 2020.
So moved, Sagal.
Motion is made by Sagadol,
Second, Boleen.
seconded by Boleen. Any discussion or questions about that? All right, hearing no questions about that, we will vote, do our roll call vote here. John,
Aye.
Sandy,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Melissa,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Tracy,
Aye.
and myself, I am an aye. So that also, the motion also carries. Number 3, Approve Tim Minkle as the JV baseball coach beginning with the 2019-2020 school year, pay level D, step 0 of the 2017-2019 EA master agreement.
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Jeff Benson. I will
I'll second.
Okay. Tracy Bookdahl will second that. Any questions or comments about that? Hearing nothing, we will vote, and we'll begin with Tracy this time.
Aye.
Sandy,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Melissa,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
and myself. I am an aye, and that motion carries. All right, moving on to number 4. Approve Bailey Kubash as the varsity volleyball coach beginning with the 2020-2021 school year. Pay level A, step 0 of the 2017-2019 EA master agreement.
So moved, Bookdahl.
Motion is made by Bookdahl,
Second, Sagatol.
seconded by Sagatol. Any questions or discussion on that? All right, hearing nothing, we will vote, and we will start this time with John.
Aye.
Sandy,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Melissa,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Tracy,
Aye.
and myself. I am an aye. Motion carries. All right, moving on to reports. We'll begin with the superintendent's report.
Okay, to start out with, Jill, we were going to talk some about a legislative update, but since this has gone out to the board in the packet as far as the agenda item, that main focus of the state and the federal levels has been on the issue that we're struggling with every day in the coronavirus. The COVID-19 really has taken everybody in the legislature and the state, health and education, really focusing on that and how can we control that. And so I think that's been the major focus. And I don't know if they've been able to get a lot more accomplished with that. But so I think that's where the main focus has been. The governor and the commissioner of education has just done an outstanding job working with the school districts. And so I compliment them. The commissioners had every day from 4:30 to 5:30. Every evening has got a conference phone call with area superintendents. So superintendents get to hear what's the latest in the State Department. But a real focus has come with childcare and food service, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. And then the developing of a distant learning plan, which we implemented today. So I think it's pretty exciting time, but yet kind of scary because we've never been in this type of situation before. And so we're learning a lot very quickly. And we since the 15th of March, it's been a busy just whirlwind. So that's where the state has been really involved. The federal, they've done some waivers now with a testing program for the spring, being that we're not in session. And so they did waive that, and we're going to bypass the standardized testings for the 2019-2020 school year. So that was important. And the Ag Department has moved forward with some additional tuition program waivers. And so it allows us to give more food, more lunch and breakfast out to our students and their families, and so that was been a real plus. So they've let up on a lot of the resources that we have and the flexibility of meeting the law and some of the requirements, and so that's been good. So they're both the federal and the state is very involved in trying to make things work with the school districts, and so like I said, we're in uncharted area right now, so it's kind of scary. Second item there, B, is a school calendar, and I was hoping to have this calendar ready for you by tonight at the board meeting, but we have not been in session, so I have not called the committee that needs to sit down with this, and so when we get that opportunity, we'll do that, and I'll bring it to you. One thing that I want to single out in it is that the next fall, with the start of the school year, the elementary, the K through 4 are looking at having individual conferences Tuesday and Wednesday at the start of the school year. Some school districts have been doing this in the area, and they found to be very, very resourceful. Gives the opportunity for the students to come with their parents at a one-on-one with the teacher, and find out what the expectations are. They and the family can bring in medications or whatever other concerns they have that they want to share with the teachers. So it's been very productive, and so we're going to try that this fall. Mr. Benson was excited about doing that and has talked to his staff about it, and I think they're on board with it too. Now, letter C was facility plan. Again, that's kind of taken the back seat of everything that's going on the last 2 weeks. But we continue working with the hospital with the co-locating, a possible combination with them. And so at our last meeting, we talked about what the impact of COVID-19 is having with this. And so it seems like everything is kind of stopped for the time being, but still the task force wants to keep meeting and continue with the project and see things settle down a little bit here, then we can move again. But we'll continue having meetings, continue talking with the hospital and looking at this opportunity for the district. So we'll keep you informed as we move forward with that project and the board as well. So that's all I have for now, unless the board members have any questions of me.
No, I just want to comment how I'm very impressed with how what planning has taken place with the administrative team and the staff, the teachers. I have 2 sons that were home today, first day of distance learning, and I was able to listen in on kind of what the teachers are presenting to them, and the teachers are very well prepared. And I'm just very blessed to know that our boys are going to get great education at home. And thank you for all your hard work, the administrators and teachers, to get ready for this. It's going to be different, but I believe they will still get the best education possible in this time.
Thank you.
Agreed.
Dale, you talked about that backpack program a little bit. How's that going?
We're not really involved with that. So I don't know. We're providing food. Our food service now is providing a breakfast and a lunch for all students, and so that's our involvement right now. And the backpack program is a community work with that. So I don't. We help distribute or we have, and that's churches and things are behind that, and so are supporting that. And so I myself, for the district, we not.
Yeah, without school being in session, the bags that come over on a Friday, that can't happen right now. So I'm not sure where they're at in that process with Back the Pack.
Okay, well, I was kind of wondering, because I know we had that program going in the school with the school or affiliated somehow. And I was just kind of wondering if that's still getting distributed somehow or not, or what.
It hasn't been at this point, Jeff, where we're not in session, so it has not been. But I know that there's been some community members that have stepped forward and are helping with that too. But we're distributing, and I'll share more. The numbers we're over 500 today. Breakfasts and dinners and lunches have gone out, and so that's where we're busy with right now. So, swamped.
How are we getting them out? I heard something about through the buses or what?
We have a bus contract, and that bus contract is good through the calendar year. And so, yes, we've had conversations with Joe, and his staff are helping to distribute, and so that's a big undertaking. And we've worked well with Joe, and we thank him for supporting that. But it's part of our contract that he's expected that he does that. But when you look at that many meals going out every single day, that's unbelievable.
But they're using vans too to transport the meals, not actual buses. So,
Well,
And
well, that's a good idea. I appreciate him helping out on that.
yeah.
it takes a driver, they'll provide a driver, and then we've got paras riding with, helping to distribute it. So it's a team effort here, and it's, and I can't say enough about this, our food service people and our child care. It's a time when everybody's coming together for the benefit of kids. And what a neat thing, but it's a big challenge, and our staff is really taking it on.
Well, I'd like to thank the staff for what they're doing. Appreciate Margaret doing all that. I mean, that's a lot of work. So I appreciate all them people in there.
Yes, it is. And if you want to see their operation, it's really interesting how they can do that. She's got it well organized, and our staff just takes off on it and does it. And so we're pretty thankful that at the work that they're putting forth with that. So, but that's part of the governor's executive order, was that the school districts are to help out with the child care program and food, nutrition. And that was part of his executive directing order that I'll visit about later.
And the kids are appreciating it. Dale has a little thank you card that I told him to hold up in front of for everyone. It's really, really cute. I wish you could see it in person.
It's pretty neat. It says, on it says, thank you for cooks. And then it's from two of our children that are in school. Inside it's got a pop-up they fixed, and it says, be sure to thank Mrs. Starr. And that's one of the paras that rides with anyway. And then it says, thanks for the meals. And then it says, on wheels. So it's kind of neat. And then it's got the rainbow in the back. I mean, these kids are pretty appreciative. This comes from a family that they really need this. And so Margaret was pretty excited when they brought this back and showed it to her. So we say thank you.
Will the back-to-back program start when school starts again?
Well, like I said, that's a community endeavor, and the community is very involved in that. And so that's where that does not come from the school. It comes from the community and the nonprofits that support it. And so, and it's been successful. And so I would assume that school gets back in session, then they will continue with it also. So.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right, anything else for Mr. Bransoy? All right, hearing nothing else, I'm going to unmute Mr. Benson, because now we're in the reports time, and if he has anything he'd like to add, he can speak now.
I just want to thank my staff. You know, it's a crazy time of the year, and we had some little bumps in the roads with our platforms today that went down, but that wasn't our fault. That was the platforms that we use. So we got through it, and you know, it's just a challenge, but they're taking it head on.
Great. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Benson?
Who knew this would be happening in your first year, Brett?
It's been fun.
Wow. Thank you for all your extra efforts and
yes,
being a good team leader for everybody.
Thanks.
Yes, he asked me that same, made that same comment to me the other day about what else could happen. I said, well, probably nothing of this program. So,
Well, if you can get through this, you can get through anything.
that's right.
yes.
Right?
All right, anything else for Mr. Benson? All right, thank you very much, sir. All right, moving on to Mr. Menton. As soon as I find him. And you're live, Mr. Menton.
I'm glad you can't mute me in real life.
Yeah.
I checked the food program, Dale. We're actually at 519 students that are getting free lunches and free breakfast. So they are doing a fantastic job down there. I wanted to to do a quick shout out for the paras and the cooks and all of the support staff, because they're really working hard. They didn't sign up for this when they took these jobs. They didn't, you know, it's one thing if you're working at a hospital, you know that there's a possibility of some catastrophe happening and you're going to have to work extra and it's going to be stressful. But you don't think you're going to have to do that when you're a cook or a para. They've really stepped up. The fact that we're able to provide all the childcare that we're doing is fantastic. It's such an important resource that the community has that we need to get through this. So we're happy that we're able to support that. I thank all the people that are thanking me, but honestly, this, as an administrator, this is just kind of what we do. It's everybody else that's really having to go the extra mile. This is just, it's weird. It's not something we've had to deal with before, but that is something we sign up for when we take a principal job, an administrator job. But yeah, the teachers have really, they've really stepped outside of their comfort zone. We're creating all kinds of videos and things that we've never done before. And when you see some of these veteran teachers that, you know, guys like Bill Gabbard, who have never had to create a video in his life, and now he's creating, he and Charlie Schneider created a document camera that'll hold his iPad so he can do drawing underneath it. And I mean, they've really stepped up and stepped outside of their comfort zones, and it's been a lot of fun to watch.
All right, thank you so much. Are there any questions for Mr. Menton?
Thank you, Jim.
All right, yeah, thank you very much. Now on to Mr. Flan for our activities report.
I don't have anything to add other than the updated dates for spring sports from the high school league, which continue basically through the school closure. This report was filed or sent in to Joy about 10 days ago, and 10 days right now seems like the whole world can change. So I've got 4/6 as events beginning. Everything is pushed out to the beginning of May right now.
All right, thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Flan?
Derek, this is Jeff. Have you heard anything from the high school league as far as the playoffs at the end of the year for anything or not? Or
no, the high school league has done a good job of working on about a 2 to 4 week platform right now, just like the state of Minnesota has. They haven't canceled things. They've been very explicit that they're not canceling the spring season at this point. They will react to what the state does and what's in the best interest of kids. I would guess we'll get more information in the next 2 to 3 weeks about what could happen with a spring season, if we're going to have a shortened one in the playoffs. What exactly that'll entail, I don't know. But they haven't made a decision yet, and that's the best news.
okay. Well, could you keep us updated on it?
Yep. Any new info I can send out.
All right, thank you.
All right, any other questions for Mr. Flan? All right, hearing nothing else, thank you very much, Mr. Flan.
Thank you, Derek.
All right, moving on to school board committee reports. Does anyone have anything that they would like to report from facilities meeting, anything like that?
Well, I was part of that facilities meeting, but I didn't get to be in all of it. I know I asked for some information. I don't know if Dale has gotten that back yet or not. What our dollars would be on any decisions we had to make.
Okay, anything else, school board report? All right, we'll move on to pool board report. You guys probably did not meet, correct?
Right.
Okay. we'll move on from there. Moving on, new business, number 8 here. Number 1, district information on COVID-19 pandemic.
I think it all started on a Sunday when Governor Walz issued his executive order directing schools to close to students and engage in a planning period. And that was, I think it was an expected, but yet an unexpected situation. And but the governor gave support to his education department, the Minnesota Department of Education, and his commissioner to, I think, put it back on the teachers, let them direct the distant planning plan for each of the districts. And not a lot of direction, not a lot of guides, but just saying these are the things we expect in the plan, and our teachers went to work. And so they did it, taking their own curriculum areas, their own grade levels, working in teams, and came up with a plan. And so on the 27th, last Friday, those plans were put on our website. And so the plans are on there, and you can see what it is. And then today, the distant learning started. And from what you've heard before, others' comments, it's been I think, a very positive day. It was a day that administratively, we're very concerned because we didn't know for sure. We're in territory we haven't been in before. So, but I give my credit to a lot of our staff, how hard they worked on this, and you know, they were given that time and they took advantage of it, and so they did an outstanding job. And I think the right amount of reactions that we got today is unbelievable. And so students heard the comment, they're excited about Zoom. Well, how many were familiar with Zoom before this started and everything, you know? Now here we're using it. And so here's something electronically that old people have a hard time weathering. So, but we're talking to a whole group, and I'm sitting in my office, and so it's kind of neat. Last week, our elementary gave out 180 iPads. Got those in 2 days with the help of Mr. Benson and Neil, and got them all set up for kids. And the kids came in and checked them out on Thursday and Friday. And to do that all in such a short time, they've all been putting in that extra time. And now the programs they're using, we had some trouble today with the platform that went down, but it wasn't, as Mr. Benson said, it wasn't our fault. And so that's kind of neat. I was wondering how that was going to happen. And some of the comments I've heard is there's lots of questions from students. Then the students are finding they need to just look a little farther, and the answers are probably there. So I think they're learning something about it too. But the school nurse was at a meeting today, and she said that the people there were very appreciative of what the staff has done. And they had tons of positive comments about them. And so my hat goes off to them, and they really have worked hard. And then we set up our childcare in the early childhood area, and Derek has really taken charge of that, and as far as the staffing and figuring out hours and work with that. So we're working with that. And today we had 20 students in there, 17 of tier 1. That's all the emergency people, and then 2 of or 3 that were not of the emergency, but support group. And so a total of 20 today. But our meals, unbelievable. Today we had 507 breakfasts, 501 lunches given out. And think of that, the staff preparing those in a bag lunch. And so, wow. And Margaret shared with me tonight, she said in a total of 9 days, she has served 7,748 meals. So tell me her staff isn't putting in overtime and working hard. And we have paras that have jumped in and helped and worked with it. And some of the certified teachers have helped with the distribution. And then of course, Joe is helping with the bus routes with it, and it's taking out to different individual homes as well as pickup points. And so they've got that, they've been working on that all this time, trying to organize it the best they can. From the first day going out to today, it's really, you could see how every day they make some corrections, some changes, and I know that there's some homes that people have gone into that have taken food out that said, that's the only food they have. And I have a hard time believing that in where we live and in the communities we live that we have that, but we do. And so how important this is, and the state and the federal governments are working at funding that. And so we can give anybody in our school that attends our school a free meal. And so we appreciate that support. And so now with the distant learning period, we started today. That will go through the end of the month of April. And so the teachers are working with that now. And so we'll continue monitoring that and correcting, making changes as needed. But it's kind of interesting. It's going to be, I hope that today's rolling out, that maybe some anxiety was kind of calmed down a little bit, or feelings. I know that there was a lot of anxiety to start with, so I think it was going better now. So, but I think one of the teachers one of the administrators put out, let's make our first day of distant learning a great day, the same way we make everything work around us together, in capital letters. And so I think that's what BOLD is about. We're in this together, and let's stay connected, the students, staff, and parents. Be patient with each other, be flexible, and be patient with your students and their parents. They have never experienced anything like this either. Remember that they're all under a lot of stress, and we're all wondering about the unknown. Maybe this may give us a chance to renew ourselves. At BOLD, all of you are very dedicated to excelling in whatever the challenge may be. And I firmly believe we will excel by providing what is best for our students during this period of time. I have no doubt that our students are going to do well, and with the direction of their teachers. And I think we've got an outstanding staff. You should be very proud, board members and the public, of what they've undertaken as far as working with their kids, and you hear this type of reaction. So we hope it continues. The ending of it, we don't know. Right now, the governor's put through April 30th, so we don't know what that's going to bring, but we'll see what happens and make improvements as we go. And maybe we've got a lot to learn, challenges, and we're going to take them on. So I thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any questions on that from Mr. Bransoy?
There are resources, there's tons of resources out there, and I would say keep an eye on the MSBA, your organization. They've got a lot of the materials on there keeps you updated. And like someone earlier said, this is changing constantly. And from the Sunday that Governor Walz gave out that, I couldn't believe the phone conferences that I've been on, the video conferences, and any time of the day and night. And it's just information going out, and you're trying to pull back what is important for BOLD. And these hour-long sessions with the commissioner have been super. And my hat goes off to her for doing that. It's not always pleasant, because some of the questions that are brought out are tough ones to answer. But if she doesn't have the answer, she will get the answer for you, and the next day you hear it. So I thank the State Department and the governor for their leadership in public schools. So thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to number 2, Building Assessment Report, Institute for Environmental Assessment, IEA, Report and Recommendation. It's enclosure number 2.
This has been kind of an ongoing thing since back in the fall of 2018. And it's a stumbling thing that we keep working in. And we keep hearing the moisture issue, and Denny works hard in taking care of those issues, and worked hard on. It started back in December of 2018, and that's when we went to closing 2 of the rooms off, and so we did that. the roof repairs started and it's continued. And so I think Denny's done a good job of keeping that. But again, it's a never-ending job. In December there, the other things they talked about were the temperature controls, ventilation, and air exchange. And so those are things that are very costly and tough to work with, but the roofs have been taken care of. Then in June, as someone mentioned, the third floor was remediated, and what that involved was going into a lot of those ceilings, or some of the ceilings, and taking out the mold area there and sealing that up and covering it with a material that was supposed to sanitize it. And so we did that on that third floor, but it didn't stop there. It continued. And so then in the latter part of October, then we had the IE come back and do another check, and they observed more growth. And then the exterior walls was an issue, and the exterior envelope was an issue. And I had the facilities committee in, and we took a look at that, saw what was happening, and then the condensation was causing the moisture to collect. And so we continued trying to battle that and trying to work with that, and it was moving from one room to another. And so we kept looking at that. The big area was third floor at this point, and it still is. But what we're finding is that it's moving down and to our second floor. And because of what's happening with the brick on the outside and around the windows, they've been caulked many times, but there still is a big space. So when we get rain, moisture comes inside that, and our walls become, and inside the walls are with moisture. And when IA was there and they took pictures, infrared pictures of the walls, then we found out there's a lot of moisture in those walls, and how do we deal with that? And so that's was an issue right now. And so on the 28th, we had them come back and take another test, and they got a report on that. And what their recommendation is to fix it. And so that's what we're looking at, is what is it going to take to fix it? And we don't know. And so we've got to answer those questions, and we will. And that's what I'm asking for tonight. And so we're working with that. We had a facilities committee meeting on the 17th, and Aaron Hess and his partner, John Schaefer from IE, were there to review the report. Our facilities and Jamie was there, and then John was there, and we had Jeff was by phone, and Ryan, ICS consultant, was there by phone too. And IA found fungal growth in several rooms as a result of multiple building envelope and of ventilation system failures. And so we know that, and then we look at, what are we going to do with it? And due to the urgent concerns, the poor air quality from the growing presence of mold and its negative impact on health, IEA and ICS is strongly recommending to look at fixing it. And how is that going to, how can we fix that? And so that's what we're looking at tonight, is where is the liability here? We've got IEA questioning the air quality and stuff we've got ICS, as in construction, is saying that this is not safe to have staff and students in. It's a health issue, and so then they're really concerned about that. And what I'm proposing is to come to our next board meeting or to a work session, and to really look at what options do we have. And for you tonight to move to have this administrative team to get involved with IEA and ICS and come up with a plan that we can remedy it. We've been putting Band-Aids, I would say, on a lot of these situations. And Denny has tried to do the best he can to keep the moisture from coming in. And now he's got the ceiling of the roof well taken care of, but now we've got the envelope issue. And so when we had a rain this weekend that was from the south and southeast, we had water coming in the walls. and coming down the hallway. And so when Mr. Benson went in there Sunday morning, he saw that. And so it continues on and on. And where do you stop? We don't know. What Aaron shared at our meeting, and the 3 board members on the committee heard those, what the comments were, and he said, mold is inside those walls, and how do we stop that? And that's what our issue is. So I think that's the first and foremost is providing an environment that is safe for students and staff. And I think that's what we need to do. And the key is that the health and safety to occupy that building. So we need to work on a plan. And I would say if the board would give us that direction, the administrative team would start tomorrow and put that together of remedying it and not just making it good for what we did last summer. Aaron's told us it was good for 9 months. So now we're back at it again. And what are we going to do now? That's what we need to work with. So not a good report. ICS recommendation is for us to remedy it. Otherwise, they're concerned of the liability of it. I go back to the housing partnerships that the Bird Island EDA gave, and in reading that, it states that at some point, all facilities reach a point of cost-benefit analysis that determines their future. They state that Bold Elementary has come to that point. It is our opinion that the existing facility has performed a long and useful life, and all communities of Bold School District would be best served long-term by a new facility. And that's coming from their report. And so all that data we'll collect and continue looking at it and working with saying, what can we do for the best of kids and staff? And I don't think it's healthy to be in that environment right now. And I think anybody that questions that, I invite them to come in. So I think it's something we have to tackle as a district, and we need to make some decisions and not just to fix for today. We're looking at tomorrow. So, okay, questions?
I really believe that we'll need more information on this, and I'd like to make a motion for the administrative team to do more research and develop a plan that does comply to what the recommendations are by these 2 experts. And for me, I think that is important. I want to be more educated on what it's going to look like, provided on, if we can comply to what they're saying. And if we have a work session, I think that'd be helpful so we can have more discussion on this. But that is my motion, that we do allow the administrative team to develop a plan.
I will second that. Is there any discussion?
I just want to say that I was actually up on that 3rd floor approximately 2 weeks ago, and when I left that Friday, I felt awful. The mold is very strong, so that is a concern of mine. It's very concerning to me.
I agree with you, Amy. I was up on 3rd floor too just a couple days ago, and the rooms 303 and 304 had a very strong odor. The hallway wasn't as, and I'm not the canary in the cave or in the coal shaft, but the hall was somewhat better. The other thing, I think are we leaving the facilities committee out of the picture here? Is this going to be developed by the administration, or is it going to be administration and the facilities committee?
I would think we want facilities committee involved with the administrative team, and what I would recommend if you're going to do this is I would get ICS and IEA together and to put our brains together to say, what can we do to solve this problem for kids and staff? And so I think that's the move we would make. So I definitely would, we definitely want the facilities committee very involved and keep them informed. That's their committee. So they definitely should be involved with it. So I would really encourage, but that means we have a timeline. And so we have to meet, and when they can meet, then we have to come together. And again, maybe we're going to do it like we are right now, because we're not supposed to be together in groups. So, but we're not going to stop. So I think we have to do that. So, okay. So definitely, John, the committee should be involved.
Thank you for your answer.
Melissa,
Yes,
would you add that to your motion or not?
yes, I would love to add that to the motion. Jill, to add the facilities committee
Yes.
along with the administrative team.
Don't trust it.
Great. All right, anything else? All right, hearing nothing, we will have a roll call vote. Jeff Benson.
Was that okayed by the second person?
Oh, yeah, I seconded it. Yes, sorry. Yes, sorry. I'm just trying to write and keep up with things here. So yes, that is fine. And we have to vote on the amendment first, and then we have to vote on the original. It's not so easy, not so easy in roll call votes. We're gonna have to do it twice. So, all right, Jeff Benson.
Aye.
Mrs. Boleen.
Aye.
Mrs. Brookdale.
Aye.
Mrs. Benson.
Aye.
Mrs. Sagadol.
Aye.
Oh, John. Mr. Desitel.
Aye.
And I myself, I am an aye. So that motion carries. Now we go back to the whole. That was for the amendment. Now we're going to go back for the whole. So let's try not to do this too often since it's roll call votes on everything. So Mrs. Benson.
Aye.
Mrs. Boleen.
Aye.
Tracy.
Aye.
Melissa.
Aye.
John.
Aye.
Jeff.
Aye.
And myself, I am an aye. So both motions pass. That motion, the total motion carries. So, all right, moving on. We will approve a temporary easement agreement with the city of Olivia. It's enclosure number 3.
Don't move, Desitel.
Okay, sorry. Moved by Desitel.
Second, Sagadol.
Thank you. Motion is made and seconded by Sagadol. Any discussion, or Mr. Bransoy will fill us in here on what's going on with this?
Be honest with you, Joe, it's been so long. It's just an easement where the city has access to. This is part of their walking path. It goes by the school here. And so that's what it involves in. This is something they're continuing to work with that walking path. And so they just need to have easement to go onto our property. So it's nothing costing us anything. And so, it's just that they have access to it. So, okay.
Where's that walking path at, Dale?
Well, it comes on the other side of the playground area here, on the other side of the football field, right along there.
Okay.
On the south, right? South, right? The south.
Yeah, that's south.
Yep.
Okay, so it's going along the fence line there?
Yes, yes.
Do we have to tear that fence out for this?
That's going to be that issue is going to be with the city. They've cleaned up the shrubs around there, so I don't know if that's going to be enough or what. I'm not sure, but it's their property what they're cleaning up.
So if we have to take that fence down, is that a cost to us or a cost to them?
No, there's no cost to us. Nope. Thanks for asking that. Good one.
We run into that before. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yep.
All right. Anything else on that? All right. Hearing nothing else, we will vote. We'll start with Sandy.
Aye.
Jeff. John.
Aye.
Aye.
not you, Jeff, just a minute. Sorry, it's not your turn yet. Sorry, I misspoke. Jamie,
Aye.
Melissa,
Aye.
Tracy,
Aye.
Jeff.
You know what my vote is.
I know. Thank you. Good to hear it again, though. All right, and I myself, I am an aye, and motion carries. All right, moving on to number 4, approve the ballpark complex contract for April 1st through August 31st of 2020. This is a typical, a usual item.
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Benson,
I'll second Boleen.
seconded by Boleen. Any discussion or questions?
So I got a question here. This is just for those few months, not the whole year, correct? Or is it per month for the whole year?
April 1st through August 31st.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right, anything else? All right, hearing nothing else, we will vote. Jeff,
Aye.
Melissa,
Aye.
Sandy,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Tracy,
Aye.
and I myself, I am an aye. That motion carries. Thank you. Number 5, we are going to approve some policies here. So approve policy 535, service animals in schools.
So moved, Sagatol.
Motion is made by Sagatol,
Second Benson.
seconded by Benson. And any discussion or questions about that? It was in your packet last month, or no, is it? It's in our packet this month. Never mind. Just reminding you that the service animals are a dog or a miniature horse. So just FYI, fun fact there in this policy.
Do we have any of these in school now?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else? All right, with that, if I hear nothing else, we will vote. Tracy,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Melissa,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Sandy,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
and I myself, I am an aye. So that motion carries as well. Number 6, approve policy number 305, school district administration. It's enclosure number 6.
That's John.
Oh, thank you.
I'll second Bookto.
Thank you. Any questions or discussion on that one? All right, hearing nothing, we will vote, and we will start with Melissa.
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Sandy,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Tracy,
Aye.
and I myself, I am an aye. Motion carries. It's going a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. All right, number 7, approving policy number 302, superintendent, enclosure number 7.
So move, Boleen.
Second Bookto.
By Boleen, seconded by Bookto. Any discussion or questions? All right, hearing nothing, we'll vote. We will start this time with Sandy,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Tracy,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Melissa,
Aye.
and I myself, I am an aye. Motion carries. Number 8, approve policy number 303, superintendent selection. It's enclosure number 8.
So moved, Bookto.
Motion is
Second, Boleen.
by Bookto, seconded by Boleen. All right, any discussion or questions about this one?
That's when we go out to look for another superintendent, correct?
This is just the, no, this, oh yes, this one is, yes, right, yep.
It outlines the selection process, Jeff, in the policy, and it's just good to have that in place, so,
No, that's fine.
yep,
Thank you.
yes.
All right. Any other questions? All right, hearing nothing, we will vote. And we will start this time with John,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Melissa,
Aye.
Tracy,
Aye.
Sandy,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
and myself. I am an aye. So that also carries. All right, number 9, the second reading of policies. Number 208, development, adoption, and implementation of policies, which is enclosure number 9. And the letter B is the policy 419, tobacco-free environment, possession and use of tobacco, tobacco-related devices, and electronic delivery devices. Enclosure number 10. So it's just second readings of those. If anybody had any questions or anything to add to those, this would be the time to talk about that. All right, hearing nothing else, we will move on to acknowledge and accept gifts, grants, and bequests. And I will read the resolution here. And member Boleen introduced the following resolution and moved its adoption. Whereas Max's Grill has generously offered to donate $100 to the Bold First Robotics team. Whereas Bill and Janelle Neibauer have generously offered to donate $100 toward the Bold First Robotics team. Whereas Keith and Sarah McNamara have generously offered to donate $50 towards the Bold First Robotics team. Whereas Kelchin Technology Lightbeam Internet has generously offered to donate $100 toward the Bold First Robotics team. Whereas Kelchin's Inc. has generously offered to donate $100 towards the Bold First Robotics team. Whereas Olivia Kiwan's club has generously offered to donate $250 toward the Bold First Robotics team. Therefore be it resolved by the Bold School Board to gratefully accept these gifts. The motion for the adoption of the foregoing resolution was duly seconded by member
Benson.
Sandy.
Go ahead.
And upon a vote being taken thereon, the following voted in favor thereof. Jamie.
Aye.
Jeff.
Aye.
Tracy.
Aye.
John.
Aye.
Melissa.
Aye.
Sandy.
Aye.
And I myself, I am an aye. And that motion carries as well. And thank you to all of those businesses and individuals who have donated. The district definitely appreciates it. So at this point, we are going to move into closed session for the superintendent evaluation. But we do need a motion and a second for that.
Before you do that, Jill,
Yep.
can I just say thank you to you and your other board members for conducting a board meeting of this nature. I think you did an excellent job and we're very comfortable with it. But again, it's kind of like we're treading in territory where we're not sure where we're going. And thank you for your leadership here, the board, and I hope the public, if you've got comments to share, please give us an email or something to share. And our goal is to be as transparent as we can be. And the times we're in right now, this is the best venue we can do. So thank you for your work, Jill, and the rest of the board members for making it a successful meeting. And thank you much.
And I also have to thank Neil Prokosh here in the district for all of the technical work that he has done to make all of this happen. And, really couldn't have done it without him. So thank you.
Koffenberg.
Yes, Neil Koffenberg, yes. He's done an awesome job, so.
We have a good staff here, members, and they've all done a super job and they put in hours. And so we thank all of them for the work that they're doing, and we'll continue doing those. And so, good, thank you.
All right, and board members, yes, if we could get a motion made to close for superintendent evaluation, then we'll move to our second meeting.
I'll make the motion.
Tracy?
Yep.
Okay. Motion is made by Bookdahl, seconded by Sagadol, and roll call here. So we'll start with Sandy.
Aye.
Jamie.
Aye.
John.
Aye.
Tracy.
Aye.
Melissa.
Aye.
Jeff.
Aye.
Did I get everybody? And I myself, I am an aye. So motion carries, and time is 7:19. thank you all very much for attending, and I'm sure we'll be doing this again soon. So.